Check 1, 2.
Go! Curious about real estate? Yes! Then you've come to the right place. Get the knowledge you need. Get over the fear and get started. This is the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show with your host, Michael Quarles.
Hello, everybody. Michael Quarles with podcast number 42. Today we have the 5 questions and we have a bonus question. This is so cool. And remember, if you want your question asked and answered, send it to support@bsffacademy.com. One more time, support@bsffacademy.com. Here we go. Question number 1. I hear a lot of debate regarding high price markets such as New York being difficult to work in versus lower price markets such as Atlanta, Philly, etc., which have older housing stock and better cash flow. Is it safe to say that great deals can be found in any market? Absolutely. And I know this to be fact because I have coaching students in New York. I have coaching students in San Diego. I have coaching students in North Carolina. I'm in Bakersfield. I have coaching students in Houston. I have coaching students all over the place. It does not matter what the house costs. Now, in the higher price markets, you have to understand that your rate of return on your mail, some of your calls and on that response rates are going to be lower. However, the percentages are going to stay the same. So as an example, my median is 176. If someone in New York, if their median is 4 times that rate, and if I get 4% call volume and they get 1% call volume, we still have pretty much the same kind of business going on. And my guys in New York are doing great. And my guys in San Diego are doing great. And I'm doing great, so it doesn't matter at all. Question number 2. Is it also safe to say that great deals really all come down to the seller's motivation and equity? Yep, that's what it all comes down to. There's nothing we can do to create reasonable motivation. We can create unreasonable motivation, like you have a house, it's worth $200,000, I offer you $10 million for it, you'd sell me the house. Absolutely. But I can't create reasonable motivation. Motivation has to be there. Our job is to be there when they have motivation. That's it. Which is why we keep touching them, keep touching them, keep touching them. And keep in mind, guys and gals, when we get a call coming in from someone, a seller, there's things that we want to do to it. We want to call it back day 15, day 30, day 60, and day 90. But if we can grab their email address, we want to have a series of emails. I send out a series of 28 emails over 49 days, hitting those people again. And I'm still going to send them mail over the next 90 days. So I'm going to talk to them 4 more times. I'm going to send them 3 more pieces of mail. And they're going to get 28 emails from me unless they opt out. So 28, 4, 32, and 3, 35 touches over the 90-day period. We've got to be doing this stuff, guys. Yes, I know these email systems and campaigns are hard to manage and set up, and they cost money because you have to have a contact manager and a platform to do it all. But oh my goodness, you'll create some great results from it. So find the sellers. Some of them won't be motivated right away. Some of them will start becoming motivated. And in fact, podcast number 43, which I've already done, will tell you a story about a guy who's received a yellow letter a few months back, waited to call, and now sold me his house. It's a great podcast. Podcast number 43. You guys are going to love it. Question number 3. Isn't it a little easier to create a larger spread profit flip fee in higher price markets? Again, your call volume is going to be lower. So you're going to get, from a percentage standpoint, fewer opportunities, but the opportunities are going to be greater. I don't know if it's harder, easier, or equal. I want to say like equal. Now, naturally, if you're in a New York area and you're buying something 30% off and it's $800,000, that's $250,000 off almost. And I'm in my area and something's $200,000 and I'm getting, 30% off. I'm only getting $60,000. So yeah, I got to do more deals than you do. But I'm going to have more opportunity than you do. And I have a system. I mean, it's all systemization anyway. So, yeah, maybe it is a little bit easier, but it's going to be a little harder to get than find the deals. You'll find that the higher priced houses come with highly educated people, and vice versa. So it is what it is. Just fall forward. I wouldn't intentionally go to an expensive marketplace personally. I want to stay at that sweet spot, and I'm only going to be marketing to under median anyway, so got to keep that in mind. Question number 4. What are the required items you must have to complete a subject to purchase contract disclosure? Well, for me, it's pretty simple because it's built into my 9-page agreement, and anybody that's part of my coaching program, they just have it. So it's a full page of disclosures that the seller's agreeing to. It highlights exactly what subject to is and the ramifications of the due on sell clause, what happens if that's accelerated. It talks about everything. It talks about it could harm your credit. It talks about it could help your credit. It talks about all kinds of things, but we have to be honest with these people. We have to be ethical, moral, and honest with them, and of course, legal. So from my perspective, it's in my agreement. Question number 5. What are the things that you consider most beneficial in your current purchase agreement, and is it downloadable by non-coaching students? Well, I like my 9-page agreement. Man, it's got little things like I'm going to make a huge amount of money on your property when I buy and sell it. It says I'll sign it if I need to. Get this. There's a paragraph in there that says if you back out, you're agreeing in advance to liquidated damages of $50,000 or 25% of the sales price, whichever is greater. So if you cancel the contract or try to, then you at least owe me $50,000, and it could be owed me more if it was a bigger house. It has little things in there that I'm going to put it on the MLS instantly. I'm going to put a for sale sign. I may put it in the newspaper, but I'm going to do this instantly. It tells them all kinds of stuff, folks, because we're supposed to be honest and forthcoming. We're supposed to tell the truth. So it tells the truth. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the truth. The truth will set us free. And they really like it. Man, the sellers, as I said many times, the sellers will sell me their house less than they'll sell it to somebody else because I'm so open and honest with them. There's nothing better than getting the seller not to worry about it. They're so afraid of what we're going to do and say, and because they don't know what we do. They kind of figure it out a little bit, but they don't know exactly. And they're nervous. They don't want to, make a fool out of themselves. They just want to be respected and know it's a win-win for everybody. And we create win-wins. We determine what they need, and we create a solution for it. And my goodness, having a great agreement's just outstanding and wonderful. It used to be downloadable, but I'm kind of saving it for my coaching students. Now for those folks that are actually asking me to help them in real estate investing, I just kind of figure I owe that to them. Hope you understand. Here is our bonus question for the day. I mean, I love bonus questions. The first time I've gotten one. Riley brought it to me, my person that keeps me just going. I mean, she absolutely just friggin' awesome. I mean, I get to my office, it's like, here's your day. I mean, it's friggin' awesome. Awesome to have someone so qualified to keep me going. But she brings me this, Mike, you got another question to answer, and I think it's kind of cute. Michael, have you ever had someone quit their job and come to work for you for 6 months for free, 40-hour plus weekly, in an internship arrangement? If not, is this something you'd ever be open to in the future? Well, that sounds really, really cool. But what I have found, and I find it unfortunately too much, that if someone isn't invested in something, that they really don't hold it dear to them. And it's important that when we look at interns or someone that's going to help us, or when we're looking to get into something that we don't know anything about, that there's some risk. Quitting a job, yes, that's risky. Going to another city, yes, that's risky. But I mean, it's a bigger risk than that. You'd have to have lost something. I've invited several of my coaching students to come down and sit in the Alex chair for a day or two and sit in the Ryan chair for a day or two if they want to. They can sit there and be guerrilla investors talking to sellers. My phone rings off the hook. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just have that issue of, I want someone to want to do it. And my coaching program's all set up for that. If you want to learn this business, just come through the coaching program. If you want to come down and sit at the desk, absolutely come down and do that. It's a pretty cool system. It's a little different than what I teach because I teach individual real estate investing, and I have this huge real estate investment company. So we have to do things a little different because we're going to buy 200 houses this year. But a great question. And I think someone that has something at risk is a little bit better than free for them. And but great question. Guys, I really enjoy these things. I hope you guys do too. I try to give you honest answers and in a perspective that I've lived and kind of know and feel is the truth. And I'm not always right, and sometimes I'm wrong. Because there's other people, like yesterday, I used the yuck word when I talked about wholesaling, and I almost feel guilty when I do that because there's a lot of great wholesalers out there, and there's some great wholesaler coaches out there, and I don't want them to get mad at me and throw bricks at me or something, but, I just have a different perspective, different outlook on life. I'm a guy that fell in love with dirt when he was a teenager and been around the block a couple times, and I just wanted to give you guys my knowledge and my opinion and let you decide what you want to be. And I think that's what it's all about. I do appreciate everybody going over to iTunes and giving me some cool stars. I think I've got 5 stars and some good little write-ups. Those little write-ups I just love. I love hearing what you guys think about the program. I appreciate you again. Until next time, you guys take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show. Get more info and stay in touch at michaelquarles.com.